I am Sushma Madan from the ST Vidya School is welcoming you all to the home mentoring session of business study. In this video, we will do the concept of delegation of authority with its importance. What is delegation? Delegation means giving the task, dividing the task. In the organization, when the organization is very small, in case of sole proprietorship, no need to divide the task. The sole proprietor does each and every task himself because the area is very small, size is very small. But if the organization grow, then it is very much difficult for a manager to do each and every task its own. So what he does, he gives the routine task to his subordinate and keep important task for himself for lessening his burden so that he can focus on most important task. It also helps to manager to lessen his burden, as well as it also satisfy the subordinate need for recognition and provides them with the opportunity to develop and exercise initiative. Now, what is delegation? Delegation means granting of authority to subordinates, giving to operate within the prescribed limit. When the authority is given, responsibility is also assigned, but authority has some limit. Manager fixes the authority. Up to this authority you can perform. Then the main authority is kept by the manager, and ultimate accountability is also with the manager who is giving the authority. Accountability here means answerability. We can understand the definition of delegation of authority by understanding its main element. At the time of delegation of authority, three concepts are taken into consideration. First is authority. What is authority? You have studied in the principle of management also there should be balance between authority and responsibility. Now, what is authority? Authority means power of taking decisions in order to guide the activity of others. Authority is that power which influences the conduct of others. ये एक ऐसी पावर है जो दूसरों को इन्फ्लुएंस करती है. The person को पावर देती है कि he can be obeyed by others. And responsibility means obligation to do a particular task, to perform the assigned duties. When a superior issues order, it becomes the responsibility of the subordinate to carry it out his order. Now we come to accountability. Accountability also means answerability. If superior assigns some task, it does not mean his answerability is finished. He is the person who is answerable for the success or the failure of his subordinate. If the subordinate does not complete his task, then subordinate is answerable to his superior. But ultimate answerability is with superior. Now, this is also very, very important principle of absoluteness. It is also called principle of abdication. Now, what is this principle? When the task is given, it does not mean the person who has given the authority and responsibility to his subordinate, his work is finished. No. Ultimate answerability will remain with the person who is transferring his authority with the responsibility. This is called principle of abdication or principle of absoluteness. We can understand with the help of this example. If the chief executive asks marketing manager to achieve a sale target of say 100 units per day, and marketing manager delegate this task to deputy sale manager who fails to achieve the target. Now question arises, who is answerable? Deputy sales manager or the marketing manager? No, here deputy sales manager is not answerable to the chief executive. Marketing manager is answerable to the chief executive. So this was the principle of absoluteness. Now we come to the importance of delegation of authority. What is the benefit of delegating of authority? Reduction of executive's workload. Very simple. When the work is divided, then the chief officers or the MD or the manager who is assigning the task to others, his load is decreased. Then employee development. The employee who is getting the task with the authority, naturally his talent will increase. He will use his own skills and that will help them to increase their confidence. Then quick and better decisions are possible. Subordinates are granted sufficient authority, so they need not to go to their superior for taking decision concerning the routine matter. तो decision very quickly होती है क्योंकि छोटी छोटी बातों के लिए सबॉर्डिनेट को अपने सुपीरियर के पास जाने की जरूरत नहीं है. Then we come to high morale of subordinate. Because of delegation of authority, subordinates, they get an opportunity to display their efficiency and capacity. कि अगर उनको काम दिया जाता है तो नेचुरली उनका मॉरल इंक्रीज होता है, उनकी कॉन्फिडेंस इंक्रीज होते हैं. दे कैन शो देयर टैलेंट, दे कैन शो देयर स्किल, विच इन टर्न इंक्रीजेस देयर job satisfaction. Then the last is better coordination. Elements of delegation you have studied. It defines what is the authority, what will be the responsibility of subordinate, and who is accountable to whom. So then there is more coordination and effective organization. Dear students, we have studied the delegation of authority. Now we come to decentralization. We have done principle of abdication in delegation of authority. Authority can be transferred, responsibility can be assigned, but answerability cannot be transferred. Now we come to decentralization. Decentralization is transfer of authority, responsibility with the answerability also. So decentralization of authority means dispersal of authority to take decision throughout the organization up to the lower level. क्या होता है डेलीगेशन में, आप सिर्फ अथॉरिटी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी मिडल लेवल तक करते हो ट्रांसफर, बट in decentralization, authority, responsibility and answerability is transferred up to the lower level. We can understand with the this definition. Decentralization refers to systematic effort to delegate to the lowest level. Each and everything is delegated. All authority except the one which can be exercised at central points. All the authority is transferred. Few authorities are kept at the central points. Now, what is centralization? Now we have done delegation of authority. We come to decentralization. Decentralization is the extension of delegation of authority. Now, what is centralization? Centralization is that thing which comes upper to the delegation of authority, when we don't transfer any authority and any responsibility. All the authority is with the top level. No middle level, lower level has any answerability or authority or responsibility. In the opposite of decentralization, all the authority, responsibility and answerability is transferred to middle as well as lower level. Now, we compare the centralization and decentralization. Centralization is the opposite of decentralization. When we increase the importance of subordinate, that is decentralization. When the importance of subordinate is decreased, that is called centralization. Or we can say power is in one hand, centralization. Power is with many hands, that is decentralization. Now we talk about, can the organization survive if it is fully centralized? Or can the organization survive it is fully decentralization? No. No organization can survive if there is fully centralization, if it is fully decentralization. We should have, the organization should have balance between centralization and decentralization. Few parts should be with the top level. That must not be decentralization. And all parts must not be to the lower level. This is the balance which we have studied in the principle of fuel given centralization and decentralization. Now we come to the importance of decentralization. Develops initiative amongst the subordinate. When we will get the full authority, naturally subordinates are free to take their own decision. They can take their decision very quickly and there will be better decision. And it also relieves the top executives from the excess workload. Managerial development. It means giving authority to the subordinate up to the lower level to take decision regarding their work. And it also helps to better control. So this was all in all about the delegation of authority, decentralization of authority, as well as centralization. So this was about the organizing, how organizing work with the help of transferring their work to their subordinate, transferring the work from the top to bottom with the secular chain.